Hello, my name is Ali Lafif, and I'm a senior economics major. And today I'll be talking about how climate change affects and its effects on emergency management. All right, to start off, let's define climate change. Climate change is a change of climate or usual weather that is found in a certain area. Climate change has been occurring throughout all of time, heating up and cooling down. Right now, we're experiencing heating up. Average is about 1 degree Fahrenheit hotter this century, and throughout time we've both experienced hotter and cooler climate change. The coolest would probably be the ice age. How does climate change affect the world? Climate change increases the global temperature. It warms the ocean, causes the rising of sea level and melting of ice caps. It also causes destruction of ecosystems and habitat. Here we have a diagram, a graph showing back to 800 years of the levels of CO2 measured in the atmosphere. As you can see at 1950 right here, it hit a level where it just shot up and it has never been anywhere near that. It's never passed 300 parts per million, and now it is at about 400. And it's continuing to go up. Problems with rising sea levels, ocean acidification. As more CO2 is in the atmosphere, more is getting sucked into the seawater, which causes the rising of or the acidification of the ocean to rise, which is detrimental to a lot of wildlife in the ocean, mostly microscopic plankton and other small, tiny animals. The rising of sea levels around the world is also an issue that is caused by climate change that emergency managers will have to deal with. This is a diagram or a graph that shows how the increase or the change has gone up throughout time since the 1900s. Um, the issue comes from climate change, is a direct result of ice caps and ice sheets melting into the ocean. This results in floods in areas around the coast and other areas around around water. Here's a picture of just some small nuisance flooding that occurs pretty often, different than it used to be 50 years ago. It's gone up by 300 to 900%. While this flooding isn't very detrimental and doesn't cause much damage to infrastructure and buildings, it is still a nuisance because it stops us from being able to conduct normal activities that we would do or conduct throughout here, as such as just as simple as driving around. Like, you could not drive around through that water. Um, the problem with flooding is the damages it creates. When flooding is bad, it can destroy whole infrastructure systems like bridges and buildings, which are extremely expensive to fix, especially for a third world country. Another problem climate change creates are extreme events. Climate change is due to climate change, temperatures have risen and caused the amount of water vapor held in the air to rise, which is a direct influencer on hurricanes and cyclones. As time has gone by, or in the past century at least, cyclones and hurricanes have gone extremely worse. More likely to get a higher category like 3, 4, or 5 than one or two. Because of this, another extreme event that occurs that we are dealing with a lot in present time are wildfires. We're dealing with that a lot out west, as we see the dry places like Colorado and California that have constant wildfires due to the dryness of the air and the increase in temperature. Um, all these things together result in a more problems, more stress, and more grave situations to deal with for FEMA, which means that FEMA has to have more money and more people dedicated to solve these problems, because these are main big issues that we're dealt with today. And a couple easy ways or simple ways that FEMA could deal with these issues are, for flooding, would be dams and floodgates that can help regulate the amount of water and amount of flooding that occurs in this area, and fire breaks, which are what we have here in this picture: separation in forests, so that if a forest fire does occur, it's not as easy to spread and it wouldn't cause in the whole burning down of the whole forest. Another way FEMA would be able to deal with these issues is preparedness and mitigation. They need to increase more of the money and funds available to places around the coast and places that experience wildfires, so that they can build these things that they need, these not infrastructures, but these techniques that will help stop flooding and wildfires around the world. That is pretty much it. Thank you.